Morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Really quick, what we need, same thing we've needed every day. We need something to write with and then something to write on. All right, so let's do it. So this week, our focus is going to be using multiplication, but we're going to move now to using mixed numbers. So for today, we're going to be talking about multiplying a mixed number by a fraction. Okay, so really only introducing one new thing. So if we look at this one, 1 2/3 times 3/4. What I'd like you to do is pause the video, solve it however you think you want to solve it. However it should be solved, go for it. If you remember how we did it in class, great. If not, just do your best. And then when you've solved it with your strategy, you can hit play. So we're going to look at 3 different strategies here. And what I would like you to do is obviously check your work with the strategy that you did if it's up here. But then also pay attention to the other strategies because you might find a strategy that you end up liking better. So the first strategy we're going to look at is breaking it apart. Okay, so in this problem, you really have to do 2 multiplication problems, right? You have to do 3/4 times 2/3 and 3/4 times 1/2. This 3/4, we need 3/4 of the 1 and 3/4 of the 2/3, right? So if these are my 2 equations now we know how to solve this, right? We've worked with this. 1 times 3/4 would be 3/4. And 2/3 times 3/4 would be 6/12. Okay? Now from here, we're not done. We have to add these together. Okay? So 3/4 I'm going to turn into 9/12 because I need a common denominator. And if I do that, I only have to change one denominator because that's already 12ths. And now I'm going to add the 6/12 to it. Which should be equal to 15/12. And we talked about 2 weeks ago that 15/12, right, if we turn it into a mixed number, would be 1 and 3/12. Okay? Alright. It's not working well today. 12ths. Okay? So, next strategy is the box method. Alright? And the box method is super similar to this one. You just set up your box, right? And now we multiply. Notice, before we get into the multiplication, this 1 2/3 stays on the same side, okay? I don't put both fractions here and the whole number here. It's one number times the other number, okay? If you need to, you can put a little times sign here to so you can kind of see the equation that way, all right? So then we get 3/4, we get 6/12, right? And this is super similar to this strategy, this break apart strategy. The thing about if you like doing something like this, getting used to the box strategy now, it'll help you out a lot when we get to a mixed number times a mixed number. Okay? And then we have to add this stuff together again. And I'm not going to go through all the steps because they're the same steps as we just did above. But you end up getting 15/12, which we said was equal to 1 3/12. Now remember, I said I wasn't going through all these steps because it's all right here. This addition is the same thing we're doing here. These 2 strategies are very similar. Now the third strategy, I will say this way is definitely the quickest. And when we get into mixed numbers times mixed numbers, because that's when it starts getting real, this involves the least amount of work. Okay. So I'm going to turn 1 2/3 into a improper fraction, right? So if I have 1 whole, that's 3/3 plus 2/3. And now I have 5/3. And now all I have to do is 5/3 times that 3/4, because 5/3 is equal to 1 2/3. But now instead of having to break it up or make a box, I just have a fraction times a fraction, and we were rocking that last week. So it's same song, second verse kind of thing. And then we just end up with 15/12. So what I would like you to do is think about for a second, what strategy do you think would be best for you? Okay, is it breaking it apart or using the box, or are you like, wow, that improper fraction stuff, that looks real quick? Now, if you're sitting here thinking, yeah, I think I'd like that improper fractions, but I get real confused when I turn a mixed number into an improper fraction, there's a separate video in today's folder that goes through in more detail how to take a mixed number and turn it into an improper fraction. All right. So if you need extra help with that, go for it. All right. What I'd like you guys to do is, if you are like, I need a little brain break, need to stand up, do a little group par workout, go ahead and hit pause on this video. Okay. Get yourself recollected, and then we're going to try 2 more. All right. Okay. So I'm going to show you 2 more, and I want you, if you need to, write down these 2 problems and then like move the video back so you can see all those strategies. All right. So your 2 problems are 2 2/5 times 1/4, and then 4 3/6 times 2/7. So go ahead, pause your video, solve them, and then move on. So what I'm going to do for this first one is, I'm not going to do all 3 strategies for each problem. Okay, that's a lot of work. I'm going to pick one strategy for each problem and solve it, because the answer will be the same no matter how you do it. So 2 2/5 times 1/4. I'm going to break this up. I'm going to break it up into 2 2/5. Okay? And I have to multiply both of those by 1/4. Two times 1/4 is 2/4. 2/5 times 1/4 is 2/20. Now, I have to add this stuff together, right? Here's a little trick. I've already done 4 times 5 down here to get 20, and I see my denominator is 4. So all I have to do is multiply it by this denominator. And I get 10, oops, that's a bad 10, 20ths. And now I'm going to take these 2 and, whoa, that's a lot for you. Wait, what the dirt? Sorry about that. Add them together, and I get 12/20 is my answer. Okay? So no matter how you slice it, you should have gotten 12/20. Now, if I take this one with this one, I'm going to use improper fractions. Okay? 2/7 is going to stay the same, but 4 3/6 I kind of have to make an improper fraction. So 1 hole in this problem is going to be 6/6, and I've got 4 holes. So I'm going to go 6/6 plus 6/6 plus 6/6, and if you have quicker ways to do this, that's great. I'm just showing us what to do here. And so there's my 4 holes, right? But I have this extra 3/6 that I have to make sure I add on, which will be equal to 27/6 times 2/7. Man, Mr. Rupar, why'd you give such a big problem? Equals 27 times 2. If you need to, write it on the side, guys. Do not think about this stuff in your head, okay? 27 times 2, because we don't want to be making these little mistakes. We've got bigger fish to fry. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 54 40-seconds, which would be equal to 1 in 12 40-seconds. Okay. So for today, you've got a couple things to do, okay? First thing you have to do is a flip grid. You have to do the flip grid. You have to explain what strategy you're most comfortable with, okay? I want you to act like you're teaching it, okay? So take one of the problems that we've already done, come up with your own problem, and teach us your strategy. Show us why you like it the best. Second thing you also have to do, there's 5 practice problems, okay? Do them, submit them on Schoology. So there's 2 things, guys, you have to do today, okay? Not one of them, but both of them. And then something optional for you to do today is, if you need help with turning mixed numbers into improper fractions, watch that video and do those extra problems as well. Get good at it, okay? Because I'm telling you that turning into improper fractions is going to be the easiest way for you for multiplying mixed numbers. Please also remember I have office hours today from 10 to 11. If you have a question about this, you're unsure, you'd like a little more practice with me, please come, okay? I'm here to help, all right? Guys, I hope you have a great Monday. Please let me know if you have any questions, all right? Bye.